In this video, we're going to look at half-life of a radioisotope and look at an example problem involving half-life. Okay, so let's define what half-life is. It's the time that it takes for half of a sample of a radioisotope to decay. So, for example, we're going to look at iodine 131. And it undergoes beta decay, so it gives off a beta particle and it decays into xenon 131. Okay, the half-life of iodine 131 is 8 days. So 8.0 days for the half-life of iodine 131. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that after 8 days, half of a sample of iodine 131 has undergone decay and is no longer iodine 131. It's now xenon 131. So let's just say we had 40 milligrams of iodine 131. And after one half-life, which is 8 days, only half of our 40 milligram sample would remain. And so you would have now 20 milligrams of iodine 131. The rest of it would have decayed into xenon 131. Okay, so after 2 half-lives, which would be a total of 16 days, half of our 20 milligram sample would have decayed. So you would have 10 milligrams of iodine 131 left. And if we keep going, so after 3 half-lives, which is a total of 24 days, you would have then half of that 10 milligrams, which means we would have now 5 milligrams. And if we carry this one more half-life, so say 4 half-lives, and so we have 32 days, half of our 5 milligram sample would be remaining, and so we would only have 2.5 milligrams of iodine 131. So at the end of 4 half-lives, or 32 days, you would only have 2.5 milligrams of I-131 left from a 40 milligram sample to begin with. So if we look at a problem and how we can use half-life in solving this, let's look at this problem here. We have samarium 153 and it has a half-life of 46 hours. How much of a 24 microgram sample is left after 138 hours? Okay, well, first of all, we have to figure out how many half-lives is 138 hours. So we can do that by saying, okay, we have 138 hours, and we're going to divide that by 46 hours to figure out how many half-lives we have. If you get your calculator, do that division, you're going to come up with 3. So that means that we have 3 half-lives. So we're told that we have 24 micrograms of samarium 153. So after 1 half-life, we only have half of that sample left, so that means that we would have 12 micrograms left. After 2 half-lives, we would have half of that sample left, so that would be 6 micrograms. Notice I put 6.0. I'm keeping our 2 significant figures here. And then after 3 half-lives, we would have just 3 micrograms left. And so that would be our answer right there. 3.0 micrograms of samarium 153 left after 138 hours. So that just goes through and shows you how you can do that. You just have to go through the steps, cut each one in half as you're going through and doing that.